Good morning.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, would you like to say good morning to Clyde?
No, I don't want to.
Good morning.
It's already,
Welcome.
It's old news now. Yeah, it's old news.
Welcome to your Wednesday edition of Cincy Lifestyle. Glad you're joining us.
Absolutely.
We have a great show for you today.
Yeah, we do. We got some superstars on the show.
We
today.
do. We
Yep.
do. We're really excited.
You know, usually you hear the weather forecast around here, and what do we get? Falling temps, maybe.
Right.
Falling precipitation.
Yes.
Falling snow.
All of that.
Guess what they get in Florida?
What do they get?
Falling iguanas in the forecast.
Oh my God.
The National Weather Service
Look
put
at
out
that.
a forecast yesterday warning people in Florida, be on the lookout for falling iguanas. Why?
Are they dead?
No. Here's the deal. The temperatures last night got down into the 30s, 40s. For Florida, that's really cold. And
Yeah,
for
it
iguanas,
is.
which are cold-blooded animals, when it gets that cold, they just kind of get kind of chilled out,
Right.
literally. And if they're up in trees, which is where they tend to hang out, guess what happens?
What? Bam.
They fall.
Okay.
In a lot of
right.
instances, they fall. Now, what would you do? You're walking along and an iguana falls on you.
Yeah, I'd be the next thing to fall because I would pass out. Right?
You and me both. I'd run screaming. I'd run. I don't like it when it's warm and they're just kind of wandering around
Me
and looking at
either.
you like, boy, don't you look tasty. And then all of a sudden they have one fall out of a tree. Okay, but on that theme, there's more, Mona. There's more.
I'm sure there would be.
Take a look at what a woman found in her bathroom in northwest Great Britain, Merseyside.
Oh my.
Ew, yeah, see, Nancy,
How
right.
does it even fit through a drain?
Well, they don't know how it got in there. It's an 8-foot-long boa constrictor. They don't know how it got in there. She found it about 1 in the morning. There was nobody who was able to come and really get the thing out, and all the police were standing around like, I'm not touching that, which I understand. They finally did find somebody to give the snake a drink of water and get him out of there, and everybody lived, but
You know what? I think that's going to slither into my dreams tonight. Okay. Anyway, all right, I'm hilarious. I don't understand why Clyde and probably most of the viewers don't think so.
what you need right about now is a falling iguana.
Yes, I do. Yeah, that's what I need, Clyde.
Well, we're going to start our program off this morning with a little country music, and that's a great thing. One of our very good friends, Scott Dawson, has just released a new song. And what's special about this new song is that it honors our veterans. Now, Mona's tiptoeing over to speak with him right now. Mona, Scott's always fun to have around, isn't he?
Oh, man, we love it when Scott comes. That is right, Clyde. We are so happy that you could join us, Scott. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Always
Mona.
a pleasure. You are so talented. We always talk about it around the office, so we are so glad you're here. So for those who might not be familiar with your style of music and your songs, let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure. I'm an aspiring singer-songwriter. I keep saying that, but
You keep saying aspiring, but I'm like, you're there.
All
You're
right,
there.
then. All right. I do love to write songs and sing for people, and I like to write story songs that are meaningful, that might last, through time. It's just singing the song is a reward in and of itself.
It really is for you. All right, so you just wrote a new song.
I did.
Very excited about that. It's called Love Remains. Tell me what inspired you.
I just felt like I wanted to write a tribute song, a story song in honor of our military, both men and women, veterans of years past. And my friends were so touched by it, they said, Scott, let's go make a video for this song. And they had the perfect opportunity, an idea to go to Spring Grove Cemetery. So a couple of weekends ago, we went down there, 9 a.m., 30 degrees, no one was there. It was beautiful, a beautiful atmosphere. And so we shot the video, and I put it out on social media, and I'm getting a huge response to the song. So apparently it's touching people. I sent it to your producer, Helen, and she said, come on down. So here I am.
And you know what? She said, come on down, because we want everyone to hear your music.
Oh.
So without further ado,
Very good.
sing for us,
Thank you.
Scott.
January 43, deployed to battle in Germany. His teenage spirit her teenage heart would not let an ocean keep them apart. The time had come to board his ship, her kiss to carry him on his trip. Freedom's hero, military man. She spoke these words while hand in hand. Recall this face, recall this smile. In every conflict, in every trial, sunrise to sunset, sunset to sunrise, my love remains, it never dies. Christmas morning, trapped in a ditch, he dared not breathe, he dared not twitch. He heard the pin pulled, he said a prayer, and her tender voice filled the frosty air. Recall this face, recall this smile. In every conflict, in every trial, sunrise to sunset, sunset to sunrise, my love remains, it never dies. My love remains, it never dies.
Woo! All right. All right, Scott.
Thank you, Mona.
Amazing.
Oh,
You just captured me during that song. I love the words. I love the story. Fantastic. So where can people get a copy of your CD or get a copy of the song?
Let's go to my Facebook page. It's Scott Dawson Music.
All right, Scott Dawson Music. You gotta get it. Thanks, Scott. Always a pleasure when you come on.
Thank you.
Clyde.
All right, Mona, thanks a lot. Scott, thank you too. The recent Martin Luther King birthday observances have served to remind us of the ongoing quest for racial and economic equality in our community. But one man has spent a quarter century observing and reporting on that quest, and now he's written a book about what he's seen and understood about the color line in Cincinnati. We're talking about the book Across the Color Line, reporting 25 years in Black Cincinnati. And its author is Mark Canute, former Inquirer reporter and now an educator in social justice at Miami University. Mark, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Clyde.
I have to tell you, I'm a big fan. I just am. So I'm glad to have you and this opportunity to talk to you.
Likewise, thank you.
In a nutshell, Mark, what's the book about?
Well, the core of it is 80 stories I'd written for the Inquirer, substantial stories in a variety of subject matters, profiles, historical pieces, neighborhood stories. And the real trick was to frame that with an original introduction and an author's postscript. Was really honored that retired federal judge Nathaniel Jones wrote the foreword, which is really humbling and is typical of Judge, quite powerful. One of my former executive editors, Tom Callanan, I asked him to write an afterword, and he gave larger context to the whole issue of covering the Black community.
Sure, sure. So, you know, I'm guessing you didn't start out planning to work the equality, social justice, racial divide beat, because there really wasn't a beat like that. How did you come about the passion that you bring to this project?
You know, there was always an intellectual and academic interest in Black culture and Black history and, you know, the tortured race relations and history of this country. But I got here to the Inquirer in May of 1993, and a month later, Larry Beaupre, the editor at the time, called me into a meeting with 7 or 8 editors and said, "We want you to do a series on race relations," which I interviewed you for.
Right, yeah.
And, you know, kind of from the media piece. And we ended up putting together a 6-part series called A Polite Silence, which published in November of 1993, and I took some pieces of that for the first chapter of the book. But that really lit something in me that just kind of made me realize that it was bigger than me and bigger than my work, and I just kept getting a lot of positive affirmations from people in the community.
Sure. A little bit of time left. Mark, what do you hope people will take away from this book?
You know, we're one of the top 10 segregated regions residentially in the country. And I think, you know, here in many parts of our country right now, we don't know each other across our own kind of tribal lines. And there's so much out there for us. You know, people would say to me, it's so nice you do this work, but what I got so much out of it. I was given so much.
Sure. Okay. So right quick, you're doing a book signing at Joseph Beth. When is that? And tell us more about how people can find your book.
Thank you. Tomorrow night, Thursday night the 23rd at 7 p.m. at Joseph Beth at Rookwood in Norwood. I'll be doing an author talk, a short author talk, signing books, so that'll be available for sale there. It's at the UC Press website, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, so it's online and at Joseph Beth and other bookstores.
All right, Mark, thank you for being here. Your work has not been easy. You've suffered a lot of critique for the work you do, but I appreciate you standing strong.
Thank you, Clyde.
Indeed, indeed. Mona?
Well, if you enjoy finding a good deal and love the hunt of shopping vintage, look no more. That's because today we're showing you the magic of Pixel Base Alpha Warehouse and why you may walk out with more than you were looking for. Take a look.
It's so funny watching people walk in for the first time. It's like a sense of awe that they're like,
They get
oh my
overwhelmed.
gosh, because they hear about it and they have this image kind of in their head of what it's going to be like, but they always say that they didn't realize it was this big and we had this much stuff.
Pixel Base Alpha Warehouse. It's 10,000 square feet of hand-picked vintage inventory in Lower Price Hill. The space is a combination of Amanda's brand, Sweet Dahlia Vintage, and Stu's brand, Pixel 19 Vintage.
Pine section going on right now with the reds.
Together, they supply a global clientele with styles ranging from the Elizabethan era up to the 90s.
Basically, we're not really looking for the granny style. We're looking for cool stuff that people are wearing right now. I love the older stuff, turn of the century, 20s through 30s, but you're not really finding that stuff too much in people's homes.
Super bedazzled. Kind of into it.
You know, honestly, every piece in here we picked for a reason. They each represent happiness to someone.
I'm wearing a Canadian tuxedo right now.
Happiness for Amanda means prints and patterns. For Stu, it's vintage band tees, cool leathers, and the overall mission of sustainability. But 10,000 square feet of inventory doesn't just appear from happiness. It's been 30 years of living and breathing vintage. Stu spent a lot of time traveling east to west, utilizing every sourcing avenue. And now that they're established, the phone is ringing.
Because we are on such a large scale, primarily our vintage comes from private homes. We get into homes within a 300-mile radius. We come up first on the internet, so people call us and Amanda goes or we go together and we purchase all the amazing stuff that they have, and sometimes almost the entirety of the content.
Brooks Brothers, tuck shirt, Jack.
It's literally the best part.
It
Digging
is.
through attics and basements.
Oh,
Sometimes
we
it's a
love
little
it.
scary, but it's so
Yeah,
so
we
cool.
love it.
Amanda and Stu dedicate close to 100 hours a week toward Pixel Base Alpha Warehouse, and their work hasn't gone unnoticed. They've caught the eyes of people and industries from all over the world, even costume designers for feature films. So as their popularity grows, so does the future of vintage and the company.
The future is to continue to grow. We're looking at some things right now, actually, and a couple things in the works that I don't want to mention. But we want to continue to live and breathe and offer this service to everyone, and everyone and anyone is always welcome. My vision is to stay small and stay local and continue to thrive and serve other people.
Wow. Well, Pixel Base Alpha Warehouse is closed on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And if you have items you're looking to donate or simply want to learn more about the vintage shop, visit pixel-base-warehouse.business.site. All right, it's all there on your screen. All right, Clyde.
Okay, Mona. Thank you very much. Coming up here on Cincy Lifestyle, is your loved one ready for assisted living? We talk with the Sheridan at Mason about what can be a difficult decision. We find out some of the signs that can point to the need for assisted living. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Okay, tell me if this sounds familiar. Ever so often, mom has trouble getting dressed in the morning, or dad forgot to take his prescription again. Now, if this sounds familiar to you, then it may be time to look into assisted living care. And right now, I'd like to welcome Candace Phillips, the Executive Director of the Sheridan at Mason, to talk a little bit about this. Candace, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, so we're all on the same sheet of music about this. What is assisted living?
Assisted living is a long-term care solution for seniors. It is a much more home-like environment. The Sheridan at Mason, everyone has their own apartment. They vary in size, but we are there to help provide help with medications, like you said, reminders, meals, and we're often a more affordable solution.
So how does someone determine if assisted living is the right answer for them?
So there's real obvious signs, falls. Those are a big one. We have a lot of people that will call us after a loved one or they themselves have fallen and decide that it's the right time. Increased confusion is a big one. Lots of times when you have that confusion, you're forgetting to take your medications, forgetting basic hygiene needs. So really watch out for those types of things. And then also, how is the mental health doing? Because you are secluded. So look at the overall picture, and that will tell you when someone is ready for assisted living. And I'm actually getting ready to have a presentation at the Sheridan at Mason. It's open to the public. It's Wednesday, February 5th at 6 p.m. And it's all about when is assisted living the right choice and understanding assisted living, navigating those waters.
So when you're talking to them at this presentation, you're going to help them understand why they should choose the Sheridan as the option for them. What will you be saying in a nutshell? So
the Sheridan at Mason, the minute you walk in there, you see lots of friendly faces, lots of residents, lots of really engaging staff. It's such a great environment, and you really don't understand it until you come visit us. So that's what I'm going to be encouraging people to do, is just come have a visit, look into it. Another thing that we are doing is we're really investing in our staff. We want to be known as the best assisted living in the region. Okay, and part of that is really developing our staff. We're getting ready to send lots of our employees to become certified dementia practitioners. You will not find that anywhere else. That's huge. You might find that with somebody in upper management that's not really helping with the day-to-day activities. We're sending 10 of our staff to become certified dementia practitioners. So we're real serious about the care that we provide.
Okay, so if people want to get more information about the Sheridan at Mason, how should they do that?
We have our phone number, and then we also have a website. So you can go to the website. We have a Facebook page also. Everything's available on there, or you can just walk in.
All right.
We're available.
Okay, Candace, thank you so much for being here and sharing that with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Indeed.
Well, we'll be back with more Cincy Lifestyle on the other side of the break. Plus, be sure to check us out on Facebook. We post all our guest segments and community stories right there, so you can watch and share with your friends. So like and follow us right now at facebook.com/Cincy Lifestyle.
How beautiful is that? Our fair city bathed in sunlight, and as PK, the director, points out, all roads, at least the ones shown there, lead to WCPO. Get out and
Right.
enjoy.
Yes, absolutely. Because especially they said there's some clouds coming.
Yeah, so
later
enjoy
on,
now.
That's right.
And coming up tomorrow here on Cincy Lifestyle, around the block in Mount Washington, we head over to the east side of Cincinnati to tourist community that is home to a giant water tower that can be seen for miles, but it also boasts sprawling estates built in the 1930s. We're going to take a look. All that whole lot more, he's tried to say in English, happening tomorrow here on Cincy Lifestyle. Wow.
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 No problem, because I know you've been in the book.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
I recommend. You're already recommending it.
Yes,
aren't
I
you?
am.
Yep. So take a look at it. Hey, reach out to us and let us know what you think. Share your ideas with us. And in the meantime, make it a great day. Thanks for watching our video. And if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before, or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, we love to say it, make it a great day.